gosh, big stretch.
It's cold in here. Oh, hello. Does that mean I'm on the set of another Colonel Xander's Herbs and Spice review? That's right, folks. Welcome back to the internet's most washed, most mediocre personality, here with another hot and fresh Herbs and Spices review. This time over science fiction novel, Project Hail Mary. Let's save the world. Welcome back, folks. 2025 fiction novel, science fiction novel, that is. Project Hail Mary, written by author Andy Weir, same author as The Martian and short story The Egg. Recommend checking out The Egg. It'll make you be a little nice to your neighbors and a little less mean online, which we all can use. So Project Hail Mary is interesting science fiction based in present to near future. The main character, Ryland Grace, wakes up on a ship. He has recent amnesia. The last 2 or 3 weeks are a blur. He doesn't know what happened. He just wakes up on a ship. The story is told through his first-person accounts on the ship, as well as flashbacks that kind of flesh out his personality, his motivations, why he knows what he knows, a la Slumdog Millionaire. It does a good job of adding in plot points without dumping the whole plot on you at the very beginning. From there, you figure out what's going on as he is figuring stuff out. The beginning and ending of this book are very well done. You get thrown into it, and then the ending was satisfying without being predictable, which I think is what most endings try to do. The biggest kind of plot summary is there's this alien life form that's basically siphoning the energy from the sun, and if it continues for the next 20 to 30 years, life on Earth will cease to exist. As you are waking up as this first person on the ship, you're figuring out who you are, this entity is that you're trying to fight against, and also what kind of tools you have at your repertoire. And the second half of the book is where it gets to an interesting relationship, your character and this other main character that is also having the same issue. And it centers around them learning to communicate, cultural differences, experimenting and bouncing ideas off each other. Because while our character is strong in science and theory, this other one is more material sciences and more engineering. So they do a good job of ideas, and then a good tinker and puts them together, kind of feel to those two. They're both out of their elements, no pun intended, but they also, it never gets dark. It's always friendly. I thought maybe one would turn on the other eventually, but it never does. And going to my herbs and spices, that was kind of one of my main cons, is the middle kind of slogs a little bit. It does a good job explaining the problem better, but a lot of what happens on the ship is just experimenting, and then stuff goes wrong, and then they learn this, and then, how are we going to get past that? I have an idea, but it's very dangerous. And there's a little bit of that in the middle, and it's kind of hard to follow at some points with like the science. Maybe if I was stronger in that part of my knowledge, it wouldn't have been too hard to follow. But being as it was, sometimes it was kind of jumped all over the place in the science. But that was one of the positives, was the science they explained it with was more believable. And there wasn't as much fiction, which is what I kind of like. I don't like when there's no real rules and you can just, this is how it works in this world. It felt very realistic, like this could happen in the next 100, 200 years. And the other thing I really liked was the relationship between the two main characters. They did a great job of making it humorous, like The Martian. Like, how are you going to make this isolated space movie also be a comedy? And I think they nailed it. If you saw the trailer before I read the book, like I did, you saw it was Ryan Gosling. It was made for him. This is the perfect role. The sense of humor, the self-deprecation. I think the movie's going to be great. So getting into my spice level, out of 5 being the spiciest, I'm going to give this a 3, and that might be a little bit of a hot take, so to speak. This is one of the best and highest thought of science fiction novels over the past 5-10 years, and it was hard to put down. I blazed through it. It was on hold for the library for like 6 months, and when I got it, I completed it in a week, and it was hard to put down. So maybe I'm just being a little hard on it. Science fiction isn't my go-to genre. It did feel a little bit slow in the middle, but the beginning and end were real. And I know it's hard to land a ship, to write a good ending that is satisfying, and this does that. Major props for that. But in terms of like, you need to go see this, well, you need to go see it, you do, but you need to go read it. I don't know if I can go that far. Recommend there to definitely watch, read if you like The Martian and that whole style with comedy, with some science thrown in there. You'll like this one too. 3 out of 5. I'm going to talk to my mom about this. We got a book report coming up between us. I'm excited about that. And yeah, thanks for stopping by the channel. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Like and subscribe if you want. If not, all good. I'll see y'all soon.